Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to put together a Sepulchre box. It's one of the recent die sets that was released by Tonic Studios. It was originally on Create and Craft and then it became direct from Tonic Studios, I believe either last week or the week before. I know there's been quite a few people asking for a demo or a construction video, and I know Tonic, I don't believe, have done one, but anyhow, I thought I'd come on today and quickly show you the basic construction. I'm using patterned paper for my one, but obviously you can use verso dies and make it more Halloweeny. I'm making it more as a box, call it a jewellery box if you like, and I'm just going to add a couple of pretty flowers just to make it look pretty. Halloween isn't really my thing, although the samples that I made were Halloween based because I needed to use and show the customers some of the verso dies that are part of this die set. So if I bring that in, there was also a add-on set. I'll show you that in a second. So this is the this is our DT sample pack, and so yours will come in pretty packaging. I'm sure you've already received yours, hence why you're asking for a tutorial or a construction video. So basically I don't have the number of dies, unfortunately, but what I can say is you've got these verso dies that have the skulls and the pumpkins and the bats, spider webs. So they run, it's the theme that runs through all the panels. So each large panel or side panels has these verso dies in it if you wanted to make it for Halloween. But if you didn't want to make it for Halloween and you just wanted to make it look like a nice pretty box, then hopefully this video will be useful. It will still be useful for those that are putting this together, because it's the construction, and I think it can be a little bit difficult to understand, and it is sometimes people prefer to have a visual construction video. Not everybody is good at following instructions. I definitely am not very good at following instructions. I kind of in my head work out what goes with what and then put it together. So this is the main die set to make the Sepulchre box. Sepulchre, I don't know, but I'm going to go with Sepulchre. And this is the add-on set. So you've got this topper, you've got the skeleton, half the body of a skeleton. You've got a couple of sentiments in here. One says Happy Hauntings and the other one says Boo. You've got a ghost. And again, these particular dies that are on this, apart from this topper one, they are all, especially it's got the back plate for each of your critter, I guess, or your ghost, your pumpkin, your well, just your ghost and your pumpkin, and then your sentiments, and then you've got your half the skeleton man. So if I'll try and explain as I go along. It is what is it today? It's Tuesday evening. I've just finished doing everything I needed to do, and I thought let's try and put one together. I've already done one part of the box because it is repetitive, so I thought I'd show you, because it is quite yeah, it is basically, we'll be creating another one of these, so I will show you how to make this. I have used 250 GSM ivory card, sorry, a smooth ivory card, and I've used patterned paper, and it's a patterned paper I used recently, but I'll show you the paper pad that I used it from so you get an idea. So it's called first edition Love Story, and it basically has some really beautiful papers, and these have been in my summer house and I really need to make use of some of my existing paper pads. So this is a paper pad I'll be using, and the actual pattern paper, I've got other bits of paper in here. It is a double-sided sheet of card, and it's got like a bubble, you know, like bubble wrap. It's got that kind of print to it, but it's really pretty. It's like there are like coral colours, there's greens in there, so really pretty paper pad. So I thought I'd use that. I'll run through exactly how many pieces of what that you need. So you have these rectangle pieces, and you need 3 of those. These are the ones that have the tabs on them, so you need 3 of those. You also need to have 2 hinges, because you're going to be joining it together, so you need 2 of those. You need 2 of these semicircles. You need 2 each of these, because this is what's going to make the internal box that goes inside. So you need 2 of those. You need, there it is. You need 2 of these larger rectangles within the die set. You need 1 of these. And this is basically that, this is going to be the hinge that joins the 2 sections of the box together. You will need 4 of the smaller side panels, so 2 for the bottom one and 2 for the top. You will need 4 of these larger front and back panels, so you need 4 of those, 2 for the top and 2 for the bottom. You need this. If I can pick it up, you need 1 of these, and this will go on the front of your box. You need 4 of these, because these are the pieces that they look like little mushrooms, but you need 4 of those because that's what's going to create the hinge mechanism for your box. You need 4 of these circles because you're going to stick those mushroom pieces onto these, and it basically hides the mechanism, so when you open and close it you'll see what I mean. You need 2 of these. These are basically going to, if you can imagine having 2 concrete posts, if you like, so they're going to be your posts. That's what I'm calling them anyway. You need 2 of these. Because you're going to be layering them on. You need 2 of these, again, to layer on to that mechanism. You need 1 of these. This is going to be your closure. Let me just move the pattern pieces out of the way. You need 1 of these. Again, that forms part of the closure. You need 1 of these, and I will show you how to make the closure for that. And then the rest is basically decoration. You know, your side panels, the longer front and back panels. These are the pieces that go on here, just to add a bit of decoration to it. And then I've got, I've cut out some pieces that I'm going to mat and layer. And you'll see when you look at the die set, it's basically using all the solid die pieces from this set. That I've cut out here, basically just so I can add a bit of dimension to the top of my box, and then I'm going to layer them on and just add a few flowers to it. So I'm going to, let's put the box together, and actually you need 2 of these. I've already glued them just to make life a little bit easier, because this is going to form the base for what your box basically sits on, the legs of the box. So let's put those pieces to one side because we're not using those at the moment. What we are going to work on, I'll move that hinge out of the way as well, and all these pieces, because it's confusing, I'm sure. I'll move that out of the way. So we are going to be using these pieces with that large rectangle that you have. So it's really important that you burnish your lines. And what I mean by that is fold your lines. Make sure you use a precision tool, because it's really important to make sure all those lines, all those score lines are burnished. So you're going to create a mountain first, and then you're going to do a valley fold. You don't need to burnish that one with the scoring tool, but just make sure you burnish your tabs, because these form your glue tabs. So hopefully that's not too confusing so far, and I'm hoping I'm not going to take forever trying to do this video, because I know the last couple of videos I've done have been quite long. They've got to an hour and a half. But I guess when you're having fun, you don't really think about the time, do you? You just get on with it, and you're chatting away, and before you know it, you've got to an hour and a half. It's been such a beautiful day today, and then literally at about 6:30 it started chucking it down, and I thought, great. But I was glad because I was home. And let's score that, burnish that one, sorry. And then we're going to quickly burnish those ones. Now, I find it easier to stick each one on first. So what we're going to do is apply glue, and I am using Nouveau Deluxe. This is the glue bottle I opened recently. Nouveau goes a long way, by the way. You can decorate the inside of your box if you want to, but basically my nice side is going to go at the bottom, and I'm going to be gluing these tabs on the inside. So I basically line it up like so. Just make sure each point lines up, and then you're just basically going to press down. You can use your precision tool if you want for this. If you haven't bought one of these precision tools, honestly, you need to buy it, because it is literally every top demonstrator that I know has this precision tool. So you're basically going to go around and add every single panel on. Just make sure when you put your glue, go onto every corner, so you're covering basically every edge. And then you're going to do the same again. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has tuned in to watch my Belle and Bauble video, and thank you for all the kind comments that you have all left, saying how pretty it is. I regularly post my makes on the Tonic Studios official Facebook group. So if you haven't joined the official Facebook group, do go along and join it, because there's so much inspiration in the group, and some of the things people make is just absolutely stunning. Also, just to mention, this is not a sponsored video by Tonic Studios or anyone else. I like to make videos because I like the fact that I can show you how things go together. So yeah, just so you know, this is not a sponsored video, and all opinions are my own. Okay, so that one's done, and then we're just going to glue this last one on. I like to add my decoration on at the end, because I like things to look uniformed and line up properly. But you can, seeing as there are no curved panels on this, you can go ahead and obviously decorate each panel if you want to. There is a part that if you are cutting out the panels, it's really important, but I will show you that part when we get to it, because I think it's an important point. Okay, so we've done that. Now what we are going to do is, if we start on this side, we're going to apply glue to each of these the triangle tab and this longer one here. So let me just zoom out. Let me zoom out just no, apparently it's not going to let me zoom out. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is, as you can see, where we created that valley and we didn't it wasn't a prominent fold, what we are going to do is, if I show it this way, you're just going to reach for those tabs and everything kind of falls into place because Tonic are so good. I'm going to say this is a Toby box because of the mechanism, and everything literally falls into place. You can feel with the tip of your finger or your thumb if any, you know, if there's any rough edges, and there isn't any. Just go in and make sure you press everything down nicely because you want it to be a nice secure box. So we'll do that again. Make sure you take your glue right to the corners. And then we'll do that again and I'll show you. So just make sure the top aligns. I always say make sure the top aligns and then everything falls into place beautifully. There we go. Because of the shape of it, I don't know if you can see that, but because of the shape of it, it's quite awkward to get your finger in. And I've got sausage fingers, unfortunately, so I can't always get my finger in. Okay, so we've done one side. Let's do this side. So again, make sure the top lines and then press down. And I would say it's good to use, you can use 240 GSM card for this. Obviously Tonic do have some on their website. You can use 300 GSM. I think you might find 300 GSM is a bit too thick. So if you use anything between 240 and 250, that's absolutely fine. And then the last one we are going to do is going to be a bit of a squeeze, because they usually are. And then we're going to do the exact same thing again. Just come over there. Oh gosh, that's thunder. And my cats are staring. Oh gosh. There is thunder and lightning for tonight as well, I think. Right, so we've got that glued together. So this is basically what it makes, okay? So let me just move those out of the way. So these are the two pieces that basically form the box. And obviously, once you've added your patterned paper, or whether you choose to use the verso dies, they will basically align, and you'll see what I mean when I basically put them together, how they align beautifully. Okay, so that's how they're going to look. So we'll put those to one side because we don't need to use that. We'll decorate at the end because there's what you need to do. Okay, I'll actually tell you now. So I've decorated the front and I've decorated the sides on this box. I've done all the bottom pieces, that's no issue at all, but I've left the back side empty. And the reason for that is because this is the hinge, and you're basically going to stick the hinge on and basically glue both these pieces together, and that's what's going to form your box with the hinge. So, but we're going to come back to that after because we're not doing that just yet. Now we're going to work on the inner part, which is another box. So this is where these three rectangle pieces with the side tabs come in, and your two hinges and these pieces come into play. Okay, so you basically have, you need two pieces that are going to back onto each other like that. But for now, I'm just using one, and you'll understand why in a second. Because the hinges on this go on the outside of the box, and then we're going to basically sandwich the panel onto it. So let's glue these pieces on. Again, make sure you burnish those score lines really well, especially when you're using thicker card. It's really important that you use good quality card and that you burnish those tabs, those score lines, because you get a neater finish that way as well. I think you've heard me say in my previous video, like with the curved panels, when you've got the semicircle tabs, I tend to use my hands to fold all the tabs, whereas when it's a straight line, I do use my precision tool, because you get a nice crisp finish that way. So I don't know if I mentioned in my previous video, I've been this phantom smell. And when I say phantom smell, since the weekend, I can smell diesel constantly. Googled it. Google's never the best thing. And it says it's a phantom smell, and it can clear all by itself. And if it continues, then you can go to the doctors, but there isn't very much the doctors can give you for it. So I'm buggered either way, I think. Okay, so we are going to apply glue and attach all these three panels together. And these tabs are going to go, again, like that one, it's going to go on the inside. So just make sure when you're applying your glue, make sure you go edge to edge, and basically you can feel it with your fingers, so you know each side is glued nicely. And then use your precision tool or your hands and just press that down so that adheres nicely. So that's one. And then we'll do this one. My lighting isn't great tonight either, because I haven't brought in my other lamp. There we go. So that's attached both those hinges, or glue tabs, so not hinges, because that's the hinge. And then what we're going to do is apply glue, and we're just going to stick those ones on. So then I'm just going to apply glue and then stick those ones on. Just make sure they're level as well, from corner to corner, which I think mine is. You can decorate this, you can add your add-on set onto this as well if you want, like the topper part. So when you open the box, you know, you can have the skeleton and the topper part. It looks like a bridge to me, so it pops out. So that piece is stuck on. Now we're going to do the next one. Make sure they're level and then press down. And you're not going to see the bottom of this box. So if you were thinking of lining the bottom of the box on these ones, you don't need to, because you're not going to see the bottom of the box. So let's just press down on that one. So then you should have something that looks like this. So this is where these panels come in. So what we are going to do is adhere the box. We're basically going to apply glue to the inside of these tabs, and we're basically going to put the neat side on the inside, and then we're going to use another neat piece for the outside. So basically it will just glue on like so, all the way around like that. So let's do that now. I'm just going to spread out those tabs. Oh, let's not roll off the table. And I'm actually going to go in. So the rough side is going to be facing outwards for the time being. And we're just going to, you can place it down if you want to, if it's easier for you. Whatever's easier for you. Do it like that. Just make sure the edges meet nicely. Just going to press that down. And then we're going to move on to the next piece. And then we're going to glue this one down. And this is what's going to start forming the inside of the box. Glue that piece down. And then we are going to glue this one down. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully you should be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go in with my precision tool now and then just press those sides down. Oh, no, that one's not. Right, let's try that again, shall we? I think I pushed it out as I was using the precision tool. So you should have something that looks like this. And then we're going to do the same again on this side. We're going to have the rough part facing out. So let's just push these tabs out. Oh. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing here because it's getting covered. Okay, so we're just going to basically do the same thing with this side. Just need to make sure everything butts up like so. I'm getting glue everywhere. All right, let me just stick one side down first, just be easier. I'm going to stick this side down. There we go. So then that is the box that will go on the inside. So to give you an example, we have the box, it's going to sit in here like so. And then what we need to do is, obviously we're going to attach the pieces onto here, but we need to bring in, where's that other piece gone? This piece here. We're going to bring this piece in, and this is basically going to sit like so. So when your box is moving in and out, basically it will sit like this. So, but I'm going to quickly double check the instructions quickly because it's been a while since I made this. Yep. Fold along the score lines and adhere using the glue tabs to form the inner box. Glue the lip panel to the front of the box as shown below. Okay, right, so let's move that out of the way. So this is basically going to sit on here like so, and then when it lifts out it will just sit there like that. But before I do that, I am going to be good and I'm going to glue these pieces on because it's really important that these pieces go on so I don't forget what I'm doing. So we're going to basically cover up our workings by adding these pieces on. So just going to apply some glue. And then I'm just going to press down. Lockie, stop grooming. Because then you're going to start coughing. Right, so that one's done. And then we'll do this side. And then go in from the inside and then press down. The good thing about this precision tool, it doesn't mark your card when you have to adhere glue together and do basically what I've done. So right, that is your box. Now, so we are now going to just attach the lip of that piece onto the box, and it's going to go onto this side. I'm pretty sure there isn't two pieces for that. Let me just double check quickly because I'm pretty sure it's only one. Yeah, so it's going to stay. So if you see the shape of this, it's basically going to sit on this side like so, according to the picture. Yeah, so what we are going to do is apply glue onto all of this, but not onto, sorry, not onto this section here. And then we're just going to stick that down. Make sure everything is level. Make sure everything butts up nicely. And then just press down. So again, remember, no glue on that bit. And let the glue dry on that for a second. So now, while that is drying and doing its thing, so as you can see, hold on, if I get a piece of card, can you see it's got that? And that's what you need basically, because that's what's going to be your stopper, if you like. So let that dry for a second. We're just going to move on and do the next piece. So you only have one die for this. So what you have to do is flip one, because they need to look like this basically. So like that and like that. So you're going to have a good side and a bad side, unfortunately. So what you are going to do is, let me just get all these pieces in, because we need all of these pieces. This is what's going to be the mechanism. So let's just work out which one's which. That, that, and then that, and that. Okay, so we're basically just going to layer all these pieces on. So if I start with this piece here, so you're basically going to have the opposite of each one. So you're just going to follow this along and then just press down. Make sure you glue them really well. And again, I wouldn't use red liner tape for these. You want them to be substantial. So then we're going to apply glue to the smaller piece, and then you're going to stick that down like so. Like that. I'm just going to double check it again. It's because I made this a while ago, so I do need to obviously refer to it just to make sure. Yep. So that is going to be on one side, and then this, again, we're going to layer this one like so. So let's get glue on these pieces. Press that down, glued perfectly. Then we're going to do this piece. And then we are just going to, oh, do you know what I've done? I've glued the wrong, no I haven't. Have I? Yeah, I have. I've glued it on the wrong side. Oh dear. Right, let's try that again, shall we? You're not going to see this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to glue this side. That was lashings of glue, wasn't it? And then I'm going to try that again, and this time we're going to get it right. And you can make that mistake very easily, by the way. So you'll also realize, you'll see there's a slight notch in there. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. So these are basically going to sit on the outside. So these pieces are on the outside. And what we have to do is, this is where, see where we did the valley fold. This was our mountain, this was our valley. When you glue this piece on, you are going to glue it on right up to that valley, like so. Make sense? So if I just put that down, I'm going to double check it because we don't want to make a mistake at this point. We've got that. on the outside. Yeah, that is correct. So you're basically going to attach these pieces like so. You don't put it all the way to the bottom because then you won't have, the circle won't have enough space. So you just basically take it up to that score line and you glue that down. So let's do that now. So that is on this side and that is on that side. So again, I'm going to apply glue onto this piece here. So your layered pieces are going to be facing this way, outwards, if that makes sense. So you're just going to then butt it up to that score line, press it against the wall, the back wall of the box, and then make sure you secure that and stick that down. And where you see that notch, sorry, I'm getting glue everywhere. Hold on, where did I put my pokey tool? My pokey tool, oh, here we go. So the notch is just there. If you can see that. Oh. The notch is basically just there. So that's how you can tell that you've butted it up. So we're going to do the same again on this side. So this piece, these are the pieces that we've laid on. It's going to be facing out, and then we're going to stick that down. So put some glue on. To that piece. And then we are going to stick that down. Oh, gosh. What am I like? And again, you've got that notch as your guide. And then just press that down. I hope that was simple enough to see and understand. So you'll see there has to be a slight gap just here for the mechanism to work. I don't know if you can see that. It might be a little bit difficult, but there you go. So that is our bottom. Okay. So now this is where we do have these mushroom pieces. So what you are going to do with the mushroom pieces is you're going to get one of these circles. You're going to fold the tabs on these mushrooms. And then you are basically going to glue, apply glue to the top section, not the bottom section of the mushroom, just the top section. And you're basically going to line it up against the circle, so the rough side of the circle, and you're going to glue that down. And so it looks like that. So glue that piece down, make sure it's level, because it's really important that that is level. And then you're going to do the same again on this side. So apply glue to the mushroom head. And then you are going to stick that piece down. Don't, whatever you do, do not get glue on those two tab bits. It can be a little bit fiddly because obviously it's a small piece. There you go, that's level. And make sure you press it down so it adheres nicely. You are then going to, this is going to, so where you've got this piece here, this is going to go in here, like so. No, that's not going like that. It's going like this. Ignore me. It's going to go in like this. So you are going to basically, this is going to be a little bit fiddly, so I do apologize. So what you're basically going to do is open up these tabs like so. You're going to feed it through this hole here. Feed that through like so. You're then going to feed it through here, this hole here. You're then going to open it up, and you're basically, hold on, let's show you like this. You're basically going to have those tabs coming out, and you're going to put a dot of glue on each of those, and then you're just going to apply another circle over it. Obviously, I'll show you it again. Just hold it, because it's really important. So hold that, because that's what's going to create your mechanism. I need to fix this corner. Caught it somewhere. So that creates the hinge. Let's do that again so you can see what I've done. So get your 2 other mushrooms and your circles. Let's get the mushrooms and the circles. You're going to fold those tabs like so. And then put them together. Apply glue onto the semicircle mushroom head, as I'm calling it, and attach one of the circles to it, like so. Just hold it for a second so everything grabs. And then press down. Make sure everything is level, which it is. So then, what we are going to do is put this through the inside of that hole. So we're going to put that through like this. And then we're going to feed it through that second hole, which is attached to this bit. You're going to open up those tabs. Oh, can't get my nail in. You're going to open up those tabs, because I'm left-handed, unfortunately. It's I need to hold it with that, and then apply glue. And then you are going to put your circle on, like so. Oh, we don't want that happening, do we? Put your circle on. Just hold it for a second till it grabs. It's grabbed, so that's great. So then you've got your working mechanism. Okay, so that's basically the mechanism. That's the hardest part of the whole box, is literally putting those circle tabs on, because I think that's where people are maybe getting a bit confused, unsure of what to do. And basically these inner pieces that are now hiding, so those pieces. So that's basically the top, and that's the bottom. So then what we are going to do is put this together like so, and then can you see? Ta-da! So then what we're going to do is put the 2 boxes together, And this is where we are going to attach that hinge piece. So give that a good burnish. And then apply glue. So it's going to be like this. Apply glue. I personally would do one at a time because I want it to be nice and neat. There is another section which we will go to in a second shortly. So you're just going to apply glue, make sure you butt things up like so. Make sure it's glued. And then we're going to apply glue to this piece here. I apologise for the shadows. It's getting, it's about, what time is it? Oh, it's 8:15. So do you remember me saying don't put any decorative panels on one side? So this is the reason why, because your hinge is the part that you need to decorate rather than the other part. So you're just going to tuck that in, and then you're going to make sure you butt it up. You need to make sure everything is aligned and even, which it is. And you're just going to press down. Make sure both sides are aligned and even, and then you're just going to press down. So just hold that for a second. Make sure it adheres. You want it to have good adhesion to it. Like so. So then you have something, oh, that way around, something that pops out like that. And if you want your box to stay, then you just do that. Okay. So now, so while that's, I'm going to let this dry for a second because we need to. There is one other piece that we really should do before we stick anything on. These semicircles, these are going to get glued to the outside, and you'll see why. So I am going to apply glue. Bear with. I am going to apply glue to this panel here. And then we're going to stick this on both sides. So, and you'll see why in a second. Make sure everything lines up beautifully. Press down like so. Then I'm going to go onto this side and do the same again on this panel. And then we're going to do the same again with this one. So it looks something like this. Obviously, we're going to allow it to dry first. Let's just hold it for a second. Be kind to our glue. So while let that dry, and then I'm going to come back to that in a second. Now, the lock, the mechanism. So this piece here, it's a very clever system. You're basically going to pinch it like this in half. Okay. And then you're going to push this out like so. Keep that straight. Push that like that. And then we're going to do the same with that one. So you are going to apply glue to this section here and this section here. And then you're going to apply glue to this little tab here. And you're going to put a little bit of glue on this side there. And then you're going to basically push it in, and it's like a shield. It looks like a shield. I'm going to press that down. And basically that's what it's going to look like. I don't know if that's going to, there you go. So that is going to go on the bottom panel once we've done everything. So I'll leave that piece there. And then on this side, we are going to, this is another piece. So we are basically going to back this onto this piece here. Just make sure it's level because it's giving it that double strength. So press that down like so. There we go. And then we can decorate these pieces. So what I'm going to do is I've basically cut out small pieces. There's 1, 2, there. So I'm just going to apply some glue. Onto there, like so. I am going to apply some glue onto this bit. And then stick that down, leaving a nice even border all the way around. Like so. Let's do the same again with this. It looks like it reminds me of a molar. So we're going to do the same with this piece. And then we're just gonna, it's really pretty. It's a really pretty, making it pretty. Obviously it's meant to be Halloween, but I'm making it pretty. This is my version of it. Let's just push that up a little bit. So we've got a nice even border going all the way around, which we have. So then these pieces are basically, when you open up the box, these pieces are going to slide in. You're going to push them in, basically. So you get a nice, neat finish for your box. And then these are the panels that we will then decorate. And then we're going to have our closure. So let's put our panels on. That one down. Let's do this panel. That's not straight. That's going to bug me. Still not straight. It's going to bug me. No. Right, let's do that again. That's annoying me now. There you go. That's better. Okay, so then we are going to add our decoration pieces. Leaving a nice even border. Let's do the side. Let's do the back. And then one more piece. And then we are going to apply our panels. That's one. And then we're going to do the two back panels. Do the next one. So then all those are decorated. So let's just quickly add the locking mechanism on. Now, before I add the locking mechanism on, I am going to just make sure I put these panel pieces central, like so, like that. And then I'm going to glue this tab onto there, and then I'm going to glue this one onto here, and then it will form the closure. So let's do that first. Glue this on. Just move this out of the way for a second. I'm eyeballing this, by the way. I could be wrong. It might not even be in the middle, but we're going to aim for the middle. Hopefully that looks central to me. And we're going to stick that down. And then we're going to do the same again with this bottom piece. And again, we are going to eyeball it. And then stick that one down, like so. So then you have something that looks like that. That's more central, I think. Okay, so we are then going to put our locking mechanism on. Now, in order to put the locking mechanism on, you have got a score line there. So feed this through here first. Make sure everything lines up, and then just eyeball it for where you need it to be. The measurements are actually perfect. So when you do go to obviously glue that down, it is a perfect measurement. So apply glue onto the back of that bottom piece here, and then apply glue to this top piece. It's just easier to do it in one go. But obviously if you find it's not easy for you, you do it how you find it easiest. I just found it easier to line it like so. There we go. And if you keep it close together, like so, and then you can gently take this piece off. Oh, that wasn't clever, was it? Because we need that to stick. It needs to have a nice even, needs to be nice and even. Let's just take this piece off for a second so I can press that down, because I know where it needs to be and it's not going to move anymore. And then with this piece, again, going in and giving that a good press down. So basically, it will sit like that. And then when you go to close it, it's the perfect closure. But let's let it do its thing. So let's work on the top. Actually, no, let's work on the bottom quickly. So we're just going to apply glue. We're going to do the feet quickly now. So we're applying glue to that tab. Let's move that out of the way. I'm just going to stick it on in one piece, because I've realized that we are coming up to 1 hour and 10 minutes. I think I've got a thing about 1.5 hour videos, you know, especially when it comes to construction videos. But what that does mean is, even though I waffle on, what it does mean is you get the opportunity to craft with me. And, you know, it means that you don't have to rewind the video back 10 million times to do the same thing. And then we're going to stick that on like so. Obviously I've decorated them already. You do have the panels to decorate these. So just make sure everything is level. And then all I am going to do is basically put glue all the way around, taking it from corner to corner. And then if we just turn that upside down, we are literally going to stick that onto the base. And we are basically just make sure everything aligns. We're just basically going to press that down, let it do its thing. It's the perfect, everything aligns beautifully because all the measurements are perfect. Sorry, I'm coaching there. There we go. So let's just close that for a second. And then we are basically, I'm literally going to decorate. So I'm just going to stick some foam pads on. I should have used larger foam pads, but okay, it will do. Take a few of these off. Okay. So we are basically, we're just going to be matting and layering all these panels. I like to put a dot of glue on my adhesive squares for longevity. And you're basically going to hopefully I've got a nice even border all the way around, which I think I have. And you just basically stick that down. And we're going to do the same. Yep. So we're going to do the same. Put a few more of these on. I'm just going to put adhesive on all of these, just get it out of the way. Add a dot of glue to each one. Try and centralize it and then stick down. Do the same with this piece. And then the last piece, and then all it is literally just adding some flowers, and that is the box done. So obviously if you do the Halloween version of it, you'll add the Verso dies that have all the Halloween decoration on them. Like so. And then we are literally going to stick some flowers on. So I've, oh, now I've forgotten what it's called. It's a tonic flower that I use quite regularly. I've basically just inked around them with coral, Tim Holtz's coral something, distress oxide. So we're just going to add some of these on. I was going to add it on some foam. Let's just add it on some foam, because I think it needs a bit of height to it. Bear with. Just going to put some glue on here, dot of glue on there, and then just stick that onto there. Is it going to stick? Yeah. There we go. And then I'm just going to stick. Does this? Yeah, that's going to need a foam pad to do, isn't it? I think they're both going to need foam pads. Okay, let's just stick that foam pad on there. Then one last flower. And that is basically the Sepulchre box. Goodness me. Right, hold on a minute. I'm just going to put my other light on, so I apologise. It's just so I can give you a better view. So this is your Sepulchre box, with some pretty flowers, and basically you open it and that's how it pops out. You then hold it. If you want to open up the box, you just basically latch it on like so. That's glued on, isn't it? Yeah. You basically just push that tab out, lock it into place so you can hold it like so, and then put it away when you don't need it or you finish using it. And can you see those sides, how everything is just perfect, you know, literally perfect. So I know it's become a long-winded video again, but I hope this gives you an idea of what this box is meant to look like, and how you put it together. I hope I've given you enough instructions and construction, enough information to be able to construct this, and I really hope that I have managed to kind of answer some of your questions. If there is any questions that you have that you feel I haven't answered, then by all means leave some comments down below, and I would really appreciate it if you would give some feedback. I would love to hear from you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, because I think a number of you watch the videos but aren't actually subscribed to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. All it means is you're supporting my channel. I will attach affiliate links for this product on my description, sorry. So if you did want to purchase this, again, remember, it doesn't have to be Halloween. This is not Halloween in any way, shape or form. It just looks like a really beautiful jewellery box of some type. So Thank you again so much. Like, subscribe, share the video if you would like to, and please do leave comments down below, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much, and take care, guys. Bye.